Okay, y'all, today is all about keeping your favorite hair and makeup beauty favorites classy, not trashy. Oliver and I were invited by a professional colleague of his to attend the Raiders game in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium in this guy's luxury suite. So of course I'm like, shotgun! There were about 25 to 30 people, including this younger woman who was probably 23 to 24, catching eyes, turning heads, but for all the wrong reasons. She was dressed in super tight white leggings, black boots, tight crop top. Then she had very long, inexpensive looking platinum blonde extensions, heavy makeup. I could see the people around kind of looking at her and chuckling. My heart hurt for her. I know she just wanted to look good. She was doing the very best that she could, and she didn't know any better. That is what inspired this video. One thing I know for sure is that every woman wants to look and feel attractive, but we also want to be perceived as classy. We want people to treat us with respect and to think that we are a high value person. Right, wrong, or indifferent, what you wear, how you do your hair, how you apply your makeup, how you carry yourself, all plays into that. No woman is Googling, how do I look as cheap and trashy as possible? Some people, just by luck of the draw, were raised in environments where they didn't have strong role models or guidance or direction in terms of what looks tasteful and classy and what is going to make people think that you are trashy. We have a lot of resources at our fingertips, and when we know better, we do better. Today I want to share with you very common, popular hair and makeup beauty trends and how to keep them classy versus trashy.
Look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings.
False eyelashes or lash extensions. This is a perfect example of too much of a good thing can be too much of a good thing. You want to be sure and steer away from what I call showgirl lashes, drag queen lashes. These are the ones that are ridiculously thick, long, and obnoxious, and you've seen women wearing them in the middle of the day, but even late at night, it doesn't look good. They're meant to be for the stage, not for everyday use. Not only does it cheapen your look, but these big heavy lashes actually drag your eye down. It makes your eye look heavier, more tired, and it can really age your face. You want bright, sparkly, pretty eyes where people look at you and think, wow, she looks amazing, not what is up with the caterpillars on her eyelashes. I'm thinking of even two women that I know in particular that have these ridiculous eyelash extensions. I see them running early in the morning. It's like 8, 9 o'clock, and it just looks bad. Instead, if you love the idea of false eyelashes, go for more of a mid-range look. You'll still get the benefit of long, pretty, thicker lashes, but people are going to see you and your pretty eyes, not your eyelashes. You can always add mascara and pump up the volume for a more dramatic look, but this gives you the option. Side note, I have had lash extensions, and although they're really pretty and I liked them, for me, it was such a time suck on the maintenance. I don't use false lashes anymore. Let me show you my lashes. You might be able to kind of see them. I started using the Lilash. I've used this for maybe a year and a half, but after about 3 months, my lashes actually started getting nice and thick and longer. Then I use, what is this? The L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, and then I use my favorite Princess Mascara. I get asked all the time if I have lash extensions. I do not. This is what I use. That works for me. If you still love the lash extensions, by all means, go for it. Just keep them a bit more natural looking, not overwhelming and fake. Hair extensions. I love hair extensions. I have them, and I've had them for probably 10 years. Whether you want them for length or for thickness or both, hair extensions can be a really great way to pump up the glam factor. And let's be honest, a full head of nice thick hair can actually make you look younger and more youthful. But we've all seen women with really bad, cheap hair extensions, and we want to avoid that at all costs. You would be amazed at how many women have hair extensions and tons and tons and tons of celebrities, but you would never know it because their hair just looks amazing. To keep it classy, there are 3 main things that you want to keep in mind when going for hair extensions. First and foremost, buy real hair, not synthetic. Synthetic hair is much cheaper and it shows. Synthetic hair not only just looks cheap, think of like Barbie. You don't want that look. It looks cheap, it looks one-dimensional, and very quickly it starts to degrade into looking extremely worn and tattered. With every wash, with every dry, with every style, and the heating elements, it's a hot mess and it can look very, very cheap very quickly. 2, you want to avoid solid colored hair. The thing that makes hair look good and expensive is that it's multi-dimensional. So you've got several different colors for depth and dimension and variation. Your hairdresser, the person to whom you go to for extensions, should match your hair color as closely as possible. Then if needed, she should color and fine-tune the extensions so that the final result is a seamless, blended, perfect head of hair that nobody would know the difference. Number 3, the cut matters. After your extensions are in, your stylist should blend your real hair with your extensions so that it looks like one seamless cut. If you have very short hair and maybe you have like short pieces on top, but you want your hair down to your waist, chances are that's not going to work because you're going to have very long hair and then you're going to have some short pieces up here. Instead, until the top pieces grow out a bit more, consider getting a shorter cut where she can blend and layer so that it looks cohesive and pulled together. The best extensions are those where nobody knows that you have them. Can I tell you how many people have said your hair is beautiful and I say I have extensions? Vibrant, bright colored eyeshadows look really cool in an ad on a model, but they don't translate to real life without looking cheap and tacky, especially during the day. Unless you're like a rock star or in the entertainment industry, stick to neutral tones that complement your eyes and your skin tone. You want people to see you, not your makeup. I particularly stick to more of a neutral palette myself. On my eyes, I do a very neutral colored shadow, and then for nighttime, you can always go a little darker, add a liquid liner, add a dark lip to play it up and look a little more glam. You'll notice that the classiest, most tasteful women most always use a neutral colored palette for their makeup. The point is, you want people to see you and your beauty first, not your bright blue eyeshadow. Sparkly makeup. Look, glittery eyeshadow is really fun when you're like 14 or 15 or on Halloween. But after that, it crosses the line into looking trashy and cheap, not classy. Instead, choose shimmer, not glitter, and use it sparingly on key points of your face. Brush a little on the tops of your eyelids, a little on the tops of your cheekbones, the tip of your nose, and leave it at that. You want to look glowing and shimmery, not like you got hit with a glitter ball. Okay, y'all, I'd love to give a quick shout out to my girl, Miss Kathleen Roberts. Kathleen, thank you for being a part of the community. I love having you here. And if you would like a shout out, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and comment below. I have brand new videos every Tuesday and Friday on all things wellness, style, and beauty for women 40 and over. This is a judgy eyes free zone, and I would love to have you as part of the community. Fragrance overkill. If you've ever had the hair burned out of your nose because the person next to you dunked themselves in a vat of fragrance, you know what I mean. If you have a tendency to overspray, and I'll be honest, sometimes I do too, because I can be a little all extra about things, keep 2 things in mind. Number 1, the closeness rule. Someone should have to be right next to you in order to lightly smell the fragrance and say, you smell good, I like that fragrance. The person across the table should not be able to smell your fragrance. Number 2, mindfully stick to 2 spritzes. Try a light spritz on your hair and a light spritz across the top of your body. Oh, quick side note, you guys, on application. If you spritz your wrist, rub them together, and then put them on your neck, no bueno. Resist the temptation to do that. When you spray cologne and rub it together, you are actually bruising the fragrance and damaging the actual scent. You want spritz, spritz, and let it evaporate. That is going to then maintain the integrity of the fragrance and keep it from bruising. Too tan, man. Listen, I live in Southern California. We all love a good tan. And when I say a good tan, I mean self-tanners. Never, never, never in the sun, right? But being overly tan, especially on your face, looks fake, cheap, and it looks trashy. Additionally, it can really age your overall look. You want to look like you just got back from yachting in Saint-Tropez and you have that beautiful, glowy, bronzy, sun-kissed look, right? Healthy, glowing, classy, not fake, cheap, and overly tan. First, use a high-quality self-tanner that doesn't dry your skin. Oh shoot, it's upstairs. But I have been using for a long time, it's called Beauty by Earth. Is that what it is? Yeah. Beauty Beauty by Earth, it's got like 19,300 average 4.5-star reviews on Amazon. I recommend it to everybody, and without fail, they say, oh my God, I love that self tanner. But I do not use it on my face. You don't want your face to be as dark as the rest of your body. You just want it to lightly blend. Plus, what I have found is that body tanners tend to be too one-dimensional on your face. I use, and I have it on right now, this is the Coola Sunless Tan Luminizing Face Compact. It's specifically for your face. It is just a light bump of color. You push the little button here and you can see it dispenses some of the product. It's luminizing. Let me see if so I put this on at night. I just do one coat because I just want a light, healthy glow. It gives your skin a slight bump of color. It is luminizing and it doesn't make your face look flat and fake and overly tan. The other thing that I use, either in conjunction or on its own, you want a really good high quality bronzer. Some bronzers, they may be really inexpensive, but they look it. You want something that has dimension and gives your skin that glowy look. This stuff is expensive. It's $128, but I have tried every bronzer and I keep coming back to this. I will shell out the money because I love it so much. This one is Phyto Touch by Sicily Paris, and it's like a gel powder. It feels powdery, but it has a little bit of a gel to it. I take a big brush, I run it through. Whoops. And then I lightly brush it along the top of my forehead, a little bit on the temples, and over the tops of my cheeks, on my chin, and a little bit on my clavicle. It doesn't look like I have bronzer. It just looks like my skin is glowing. Too blonde. Here's the thing with being really blonde or very platinum-y. Unless you're an entertainer, avoid that heavy single color platinum blonde hair. It's incredibly aging, it's incredibly damaging to your hair, and it doesn't look good. It looks cheap. Lady Gaga, Gwen Stefani, Kim K, they can get away with it because they're entertainers. They're in that industry. They're almost expected to be a little out there and avant-garde. And let me be clear, it's not because they have something you don't. It's simply the industry that they're in. We don't want to look that way. We want to look classy, healthy, and glowy. If you've ever watched the runway fashion shows and you see some of the crazy outfits coming down, it's for entertainment, it's for show. Even those models aren't wearing those crazy outfits on the street. Think of this along the same lines. Instead, if you love being blonde, and so do I, there are dozens and dozens of iterations of blonde. You want to work with your stylist to choose a blonde that works with your skin tone. Your hair should make your skin and your face pop, not drown it out or wash you out. For example, what looks like a platinum blonde on Emma Stone right here is not a one-dimensional color. She's got several colors going on that it looks expensive, but it still looks very blonde. It looks like she's gone a very pale blonde with variations of butter and peach undertones to give it that more dimensional look. That's why it looks classy, not trashy. Also, it's really important to find a good colorist. If you see somebody whose hair you really like, ask them where they get their hair colored. I personally look for somebody who specializes only in coloring. In my opinion, it is such an art. I want their entire focus to be on professional coloring, not jack of all trades, master of none. To everything. Very blonde, very tan, very made up. Again, everything in balance and moderation. You want to immediately command a level of respect because of the way you present yourself, right? Look, going overboard with cheap long hair extensions, platinum blonde hair, super overly tan face and body, not only looks cheap and trashy, but it does nothing positive for your life. This kind of a look is going to get a lot of attention, but not all attention is good attention. It's going to limit the type of job you can get. It will limit your career path and your trajectory, greatly influence to a negative degree the people you attract into your life, the way people treat you, and it is going to greatly dictate the quality and the level of partner that you attract into your life. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that is just the way the game is played. Don't cheapen yourself. You are worth more than that. And you're doing the right thing by watching videos and learning different ways to look classy, tasteful, elegant, versus cheap and trashy. You walk into a room and you look gorgeous, beautiful, and healthy and glowy, and you're turning heads for the right reasons. You can have both, skunk hair or unnatural colors. There is no way to do this in a classy manner. Just don't do it. it. I've seen grown women my age with very blonde hair and then a black strip of hair color, or they've dyed the tips of their hair pink. Listen, if you love that look and you really want to do it, it isn't my business. It's your hair, it's your life. But if your intention is to look tasteful, to look classy, to look gorgeous, this isn't the way to do it. Leave the skunk look to the skunks. Okay, y'all, those are my tips. Please be sure to comment below. Did you agree with what I said? Is there anything that you disagreed with? I want to know. Please share below. And until a couple days from now, I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.